Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss the answers of short answer questions of chapter Gravitation from the book Lakhmir Singh. Hope you will like the video. Let's begin the video with the first question for the day. Question number 27. Explain what is meant by the equation G is equal to G into m divided by r square, where the symbols have their usual meanings. Solution. This is the acceleration produced by the earth. It is also called acceleration due to gravity, where G is equal to gravitational constant, m is equal to mass of the earth, and r is equal to radius of the earth. Question number 28. Part A. What do you mean by the term free fall? So, the falling of a body from a height towards the earth under the gravitational force of the earth with no other forces acting on it is called free fall. तो जब एक बॉडी एक हाइट से नीचे गिरता है उस पर सिर्फ ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स ऑफ अर्थ की फोर्स अप्लाई हो रही है और कोई भी फोर्स अप्लाई नहीं होती, तब दैट बॉडी इज़ अंडर फ्री फॉल. लाइक कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट जो अभी स्काई से गिरेगा टुवर्ड्स द अर्थ, so we can say that it is under the free fall. Part B. During a free fall, will heavier objects accelerate more than the lighter ones? No, acceleration is independent of the mass of the body during free fall. तो free fall में जो body fall हो रहा है उसके मास से कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, वो कितना भी हैवी हो या कितना भी लाइट हो. एयर रेजिस्टेंस वाले पॉइंट को अगर हटा दिया जाए तो दोनों एक ही टाइम पे नीचे पहुंचेंगे. Question number 29. Can we apply Newton's third law to the gravitational force? Explain your answer. Yes, Newton's third law of motion holds good for the force of gravitation. This means that when Earth exerts a force of attraction on an object, then the object also exerts an equal force on the Earth in the opposite direction. Question number 30 is, give reasons for the following. The force of gravitation between two cricket balls is extremely small, but that between a cricket ball and the earth is extremely large. The force of gravitation between two bodies is directly proportional to the product of their masses. Since the mass of cricket ball is very small as compared to that of the earth, so the force of gravitation between two cricket balls is extremely small, while that between a ball and the earth is extremely large. सो जो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स होती है, ऐसे हम सबको पता है कि जितनी ज़्यादा एक बॉडी का मास होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा उसका पावरफुल ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स होगा. तो जब दो बॉल्स होती हैं उन दोनों का मास बहुत कम होता है, सो वो दोनों एक दूसरे को अट्रैक्ट तो करती हैं, बस उस अट्रैक्शन में इतनी फोर्स नहीं होती जो मोशन प्रोड्यूस कर पाए. बट अर्थ का मास बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, सो इट प्रोड्यूसेस मोशन. उसकी जो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स होती है इट प्रोड्यूसेस मोशन. Question number 31. Describe how the gravitational force between two objects depends on the distance between them. The gravitational force F between two bodies of masses m and m kept at a distance d from each other is, therefore, if we double the distance between two bodies, the gravitational force becomes 1/4, and if we halve the distance between two bodies, then the gravitational force becomes 4 times. Question number 32. What happens to the gravitational force between two objects when the distance between them is first doubled, second halved? Solution. A part. If we double the distance between two bodies, the gravitational force becomes 1/4, as we saw in question number 31. B part. If we halve the distance between two bodies, then the gravitational force becomes 4 times. Question number 33. State two applications of universal law of gravitation. Application number 1. Universal law of gravitation is used to determine the masses of the sun, the earth and the moon accurately. Second, universal law of gravitation helps in discovering new stars and planets. Question number 34. Explain why, if a stone held in our hand is released, it falls towards the earth. This is because the earth exerts a force of attraction called gravity on the stone and pulls it down. Question number 35. Calculate the force of gravitation between two objects of masses 50 kg and 120 kg respectively, kept at a distance of 10 meters from one another. Gravitational constant G is equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square by kg square. Already solved these kinds of questions in the part 1 video also. So first of all, to calculate the force of gravitation between two objects, we should know these values which you can see on this screen right now. So in the question we know that there are two bodies, one of mass 50 kg and another of mass 120 kg. So M1 will be 50 kgs while M2 will be 120 kgs. And the distance between them is 10 meters as given in the question. We all know the value of gravitational constant, which is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. So now we will put these values in the equation. Gmm by r square, which will give us the gravitational force. So 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 into M1 is 50 kgs and M2 is 120 kgs and divided by 10 into 10 because it's divided by r square and r is 10, so 10 into 10. Now इसको calculate करते हैं. So this 10 से this 10 will get cut and this 10 से this 10 will get cut. So we will get 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 into 60. So the force of gravitation between the two objects will be 4.02 into 10 to the power minus 9 newtons. Question number 36. What is the force of gravity on a body of mass 150 kg lying on the surface of the earth? Mass of earth is equal to 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. Radius of the earth is equal to 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meters and G is equal to 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square by kg square. To answer this question, first we will have to understand it. So in this question, it is given that an object of 150 kg mass is kept at the surface of the earth. So that will be our M1, 150 kgs. Then the mass of earth is given because the second object in this gravitational force, which is there in this gravitational force, is earth. So we will take the mass of earth as M2 and it's given in the question that the mass of earth is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kgs. Then this is the center of the earth and this is the object kept on the surface of the earth. So the gravitational force के बीच में जो distance होगा, the r, that will be the radius. The radius will be the r in this question. So radius of earth is also given in the question. That will be our r and it is given as 6.4 into 10 to the power 6 meters. And G की value तो we all know that 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. So now these values को हम gravity के equation में put करेंगे gmm by r square में. So m1 is 150. So m1 into m2, which is 6 into 10 to the power 24 into 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11, which is g, divided by 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 ka square, because this is the r. So the answer for this question will be the force of gravity between the two objects will be 1472 newtons. Question number 37. The mass of Sun is 2 into 10 to the power 30 kg and the mass of Earth is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kgs. If the average distance between the Sun and the Earth be 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 kilometers, calculate the force of gravitation between them. जो 37th क्वेश्चन है वो भी काफ़ी हद तक हमारे पिछले वाले क्वेश्चन टाइप का ही है, बस इसमें डिफरेंस ये है कि हम सन और अर्थ के बीच में जो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स है वो कैलकुलेट करेंगे। तो हमें क्वेश्चन में दे रखा है दैट सन का जो मास है दैट इज़ 2 into 10 to the power 30 kgs, सो वो हमारा m1 हो गया। देन अर्थ का मास हमने पिछले क्वेश्चन में भी देखा और इस क्वेश्चन में भी गिवन है दैट इट इज़ 2 into 10 to the power 24 kgs। एंड अब इनके बीच की जो डिस्टेंस है वो पूरे साल तो सेम रहती नहीं है, बिकॉज अर्थ रिवॉल्व्स अराउंड द सन, सो डिस्टेंस बिटवीन देम कीप्स चेंजिंग। सो हेयर हमें एक एवरेज डिस्टेंस दे दी गई है विच विल बी द आर बिटवीन देम, विच इज़ 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 kilometers, and the g as always is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11। इस क्वेश्चन में एक चीज़ डिफरेंट है जिसका आपको ध्यान रखना है कि आर की जो वैल्यू है किलोमीटर्स में दे रखी है, तो उसको क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने से पहले उसको हमें मीटर्स में कर लेना है। सो दिस विल बी इक्वल टू 1.5 into 10 to the power 11 मीटर्स। जो हमें फाइनल वैल्यूज़ पता है उसको हम इस इक्वेशन gmm/r² में पुट करेंगे। सो g एज वी ऑल नो है 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 इंटू हमारा m1 जो था मास ऑफ सन, सो वो है 2 into 10 to the power 30 इंटू m2 जो है मास ऑफ अर्थ, सो वो है 2 into 10 to the power 24, एंड फिर दिस विल बी डिवाइडेड बाय द आर जो है उनके बीच का एवरेज डिस्टेंस, सो इट इज़ 1.5 into 10 to the power 11 एंड इसका square. So now this will be equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 into 12 into 10 to the power 54 by 1.5 into 1.5 into 10 to the power 22। सो जो हमें फाइनल आंसर आया है जो फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन बिटवीन सन एंड अर्थ है, सो दैट विल बी 3.57 into 10 to the power 22 newtons। Question number 38. A piece of stone is thrown vertically upwards. It reaches the maximum height in 3 seconds. If the acceleration of the stone be 9.8 meter per second square, directed towards the ground, calculate the initial velocity of the stone with which it was thrown upwards. So it is given in this question that a stone is thrown vertically upwards, मतलब एक स्टोन को एकदम वर्टिकली अगेंस्ट दी ग्रेविटी ऊपर फेंकते हैं और वो मैक्सिमम हाइट जहाँ तक वो जा सकता है इट रीचेज इन 3 सेकेंड्स। अगर उसकी एक्सेलरेशन 9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड है तो इनिशियल वेलोसिटी मतलब कितनी स्पीड से उसको ऊपर फेंका गया था ये हमें कैलकुलेट करना है। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमें सारी वैल्यूज़ लिखनी पड़ेंगी जो हमें पता है। तो इस क्वेश्चन में सबसे फर्स्ट थिंग हमें पता है वो है टी टाइम, जो 3 सेकेंड्स है। 3 सेकेंड्स में वो मैक्सिमम जहाँ तक गया था उतनी डिस्टेंस वो रीच कर चुका था इन 3 सेकेंड्स। उसके बाद वी नो द वी, वो एक हाईएस्ट पॉइंट पे जाके रुक गया, मतलब उसकी फाइनल वेलोसिटी विल बी 0। नाउ द ए एक्सेलरेशन, और यू कैन ऑल्सो से दैट एज जी, इज -9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड। नाउ ये माइनस इसलिए है क्योंकि वो नीचे की तरफ नहीं आ रहा, ग्रेविटी की तरफ वो पुल नहीं हो रहा, इट्स मूविंग अगेंस्ट ग्रेविटी, सो इट विल बी -9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड। नाउ अब इसमें जो इक्वेशन यूज़ होगी ऑफ मोशन, दैट विल बी v इज इक्वल टू u प्लस जी टी। ए की जगह जी आ गया है, बस दैट्स द चेंज, बाकी वही इक्वेशन है। So we know that v is 0 is equal to u is what we don't know, u is what we have to find, plus -9.8 into 3. So 0 is equal to u plus -9.8 into 3, which is -29.4. So 0 is equal to u minus 29.4. So u is equal to 0 plus 29.4. So 29.4 is equal to u. So the initial velocity, जिस velocity से उस बॉल को ऊपर फेंका गया था, that will be 29.4 मीटर पर सेकेंड। -9.8 into 3, which is -29.4. So 0 is equal to u minus 29.4. So u is equal to 0 plus 29.4. So 29.4 is equal to u. So the initial velocity, जिस velocity से उस बॉल को ऊपर फेंका गया था, that will be 29.4 मीटर पर सेकेंड। Question number 39. A stone falls from a building and reaches the ground 2.5 seconds later. How high is the building if g is equal to 8 meter per second square? So 39th क्वेश्चन में हमसे ये पूछा जा रहा है दैट देयर इज़ अ बिल्डिंग जिसके ऊपर से स्टोन नीचे फेंका जाता है और वो 2.5 सेकेंड्स में नीचे आके ग्राउंड को टच करता है, तो इस बिल्डिंग की हाइट कितनी होगी? तो इस क्वेश्चन में भी हमें t पता है, दैट इज़ 2.5 सेकेंड्स। हमें u पता है क्योंकि वो ऊपर से फेंका जा रहा है तो ज़ीरो की स्पीड से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, सो दैट विल बी ज़ीरो। वी नो द जो एक्सेलरेशन है दैट विल बी 9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड, नाउ मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर। सो नाउ इस क्वेश्चन में हमें ये फाइंड करना कि इस बिल्डिंग की हाइट कितनी है, तो हमें फाइंड करना है s। यहाँ पे जो इक्वेशन हम यूज़ करेंगे वो होगी s इज़ इक्वल टू यू टी प्लस हाफ ए टी स्क्वायर। सो s हमें फाइंड करना है तो वो ऐसे ही रहेगा, u इज़ वी नो इज़ 0 इंटू 2.5 प्लस हाफ इंटू 9.8 इंटू 2.5 का स्क्वायर। सो s इज इक्वल टू 0 प्लस हाफ इंटू 9.8 इंटू 2.5 का स्क्वायर विच इज 6.25। सो s इज इक्वल टू 4.9 इंटू 6.25. So the height of that building will be 30.625. So height is equal to 30.625 meters. A stone is dropped from a height of 20 meters. How long will it take to reach the ground? What will be its speed when it hits the ground? G is equal to 10 meter per second square. ये जो क्वेश्चन है ये हमारे पिछले क्वेश्चन से बहुत ज़्यादा इट्स वेरी सिमिलर। सो इस क्वेश्चन में देयर इज़ अ स्टोन विच इज़ ड्रॉप्ड फ्रॉम अ हाइट ऑफ 20 मीटर्स। तो इस क्वेश्चन में दो पार्ट्स हैं। फर्स्ट पार्ट में हमें कैलकुलेट करना है द टाइम विच इट विल टेक टू रीच द ग्राउंड। तो बस डिफरेंस ये है कि पिछले क्वेश्चन में हमें हाइट ऑफ द बिल्डिंग मतलब डिस्टेंस कैलकुलेट करना था और इस वाले क्वेश्चन में हमें टाइम कैलकुलेट करना है। और इस क्वेश्चन में हमें हाइट पता है which can also be written as s, जो कि distance है which is 20 meters, and question में it is specified that g is 10 meter per
सेकेंड. सो 9.8 नहीं है इस क्वेश्चन में, इट इज़ 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड. And then we know that initial velocity जिससे उस that thing is thrown, that is 0, and when it goes and hits the ground, so its final velocity will also become 0, because वो उस ground पे hit करके it will stop, so its final velocity will become. So here we will use the equation s is equal to ut plus half at square. So we know s, it is 20 meters, u is 0 into t plus half into 10 into t square. So 20 is equal to 0 plus 5 t square. So 20 by 5 is equal to t square. 4 is equal to t square. So t, the time will be equal to 2 seconds. So 2 seconds is the time which will be taken to hit the ground. अब इसी क्वेश्चन 40 का जो सेकेंड पार्ट है उसमें हमें ये फाइंड करना है कि वो जो स्टोन ड्रॉप हुआ था उसकी जो वेलोसिटी होगी, फाइनल वेलोसिटी, वो ग्राउंड को जस्ट हिट करने से पहले क्या होगी, लाइक इस स्टेज पे व्हाट विल बी इट्स वेलोसिटी. सो अगेन इसको फाइंड करने के लिए वी नो ऑल दीज वैल्यूज. So to solve this question we will use the equation v is equal to u plus gt. So v is what we have to find, u is 0 plus 10 into 2, so v is equal to 20. So its velocity just before reaching the ground will be 20 meter per second.
Question number 41. A stone is thrown vertically upwards with a speed of 20 meter per second. How high will it go before it begins to fall? G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square.
So next question में there is a stone which is thrown vertically upwards with a speed of 20 meter per second. मतलब एक स्टोन को 20 मीटर पर सेकेंड की वेलोसिटी से वी थ्रो अपवर्ड्स. तो हमें ये कैलकुलेट करना है कि बिफोर कमिंग डाउन, मतलब उसके जो फॉल से पहले व्हाट इज़ द मैक्सिमम हाइट इट विल रीच. सो इन दिस क्वेश्चन वी नो द u, it is 20 meter per second. We know the g, it will be minus 9.8 meter per second, minus again because it's going upward, so it's moving against the gravitational force. And then we know the v, it will be 0 because it will go at the highest point and stop. So we are going to use the equation v square minus u square is equal to 2gh. So v square is 0 minus 20 square is equal to 2 into minus 9.8 into h. So minus 400 is equal to plus 19.6 h. So minus 400 divided by 19.6 will be equal to h. So the maximum height it will attain is 20.4 meters.
When a cricket ball is thrown vertically upwards, it reaches a maximum height of 5 meters. What was the initial speed of the ball? How much time is taken by the ball to reach the highest point? G is equal to 10 meter per second square.
So question number 42 में there is a cricket ball. Stone is being replaced by the cricket ball here and it is thrown vertically upwards, means इसको भी ऊपर की तरफ throw किया जाता है and it reaches a maximum height of 5 meters. So हमें इस क्वेश्चन में ये कैलकुलेट करना है कि इसकी इनिशियल वेलोसिटी क्या थी, with what speed was it thrown. So we know the h, it is 5 meters. we know the v, it will stop going at the highest point, so it's 0. G is equal to minus 10, as it's specified in the question that the G is value of G is 10, and here it's moving upwards against the force of gravity, so it will be minus 10. And we have to find U. So here we are going to use the equation v square minus u square is equal to 2gh. Now v square we know 0 minus u square is equal to 2 into minus 10 into 5. So u square is equal to minus 20 into 5. U square is equal to minus 100. So u, with which the speed with which the ball was thrown upwards, will be 10 meter per second. Now the B part of this question is how much time is taken to reach that highest point. तो highest point reach करने के लिए कितना time लगा? So we are going to use the equation V is equal to U plus AT. V is equal to 0 plus V is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 10 plus minus 10 into t. So 0 is equal to 10 minus 10t. So minus 10 is equal to minus 10t. So t is equal to 1 second. Question number 43. What is the difference between mass and weight of an object? So in this question we have to write the differences between mass and weight of an object. So these are a few differences between mass and weight of an object. So difference number 1. The mass of an object is the quantity of matter in it, whereas the weight of an object is the force with which it is attracted towards the center of the earth. Second point, SI unit of mass is kilograms, kg. SI unit of weight is newtons, N. Third point, the mass of an object is constant. The weight of an object changes with the change in acceleration due to gravity. The mass of an object can never be 0. The weight of an object can be 0. Question number 44. Can a body have mass but no weight? Give reasons for your answer. Yes, weight of a body is not constant. It varies with the value of acceleration due to gravity, g. Weight of a body is 0 when it is taken to the center of the earth or in the interplanetary space, where gravitational force is equal to 0. Question number 45. A force of 20 Newton acts upon a body whose weight is 9.8 newtons. What is the mass of the body and how much is its acceleration? So 45 नंबर क्वेश्चन जो है ये एक बहुत ही सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है. इसमें एक बॉडी है जिसका वेट है 9.8 न्यूटन्स. उस पर 20 न्यूटन्स का फोर्स एक्ट करता है. तो पहले तो हमें उस बॉडी का मास कैलकुलेट करना है एंड उसके बाद हमें ये कैलकुलेट करना है कि उस फोर्स जो 20 न्यूटन का फोर्स उस वेट पे लग रहा है उससे क्या एक्सेलरेशन प्रोड्यूस होगा, कितना एक्सेलरेशन प्रोड्यूस होगा. सो सबसे पहले वी नो दैट वेट इज इक्वल टू मास इनटू ग्रेविटी. सो ग्रेविटी इसमें मेंशन्ड है 9.8 मीटर पर सेकेंड. सो weight is equal to m into 9.8. So 9.8 is equal to m into 9.8. So m is equal to 1 kg. So the mass of this object is 1 kilograms. इस क्वेश्चन का जो बी पार्ट था जिसमें हमें एक्सेलरेशन कैलकुलेट करना था, तो उसके लिए सबसे पहले वी नो दैट फोर्स is equal to mass into acceleration. Force we all know is 20 newtons as given in the question and mass हमने just calculate किया 1 kg. into A. So 1 kg into acceleration will be the force, which is 20 newtons. So 20 is equal to 1A. So A will be equal to 20. So the acceleration is 20 meter per second square.
Question number 46. A stone resting on the ground has a gravitational force of 20 newtons acting on it. What is the weight of the stone? What is its mass? So, question number 46 is that there is a stone which is kept on the ground and the gravitational force working on that is 20 newtons. So, we have to tell what is the weight of the stone and what is its mass.
So सबसे पहले we all know that gravitational force is equal to weight of that object. So gravitational force as it is given is 20 newtons. So weight of that object will be 20 newtons. And mass is equal to the weight divided by gravity. So weight we know it is 20 and divided by the gravity it is given in the question as 10. So mass of that object is 2 kgs.
Question number 47. An object has mass of 20 kg on the earth. What will be its mass and weight on the moon? G on the moon is equal to 1.6 meter per second square.
Question number 47 में it is given that there's a object जिसका mass earth पे 20 kgs है, and then there are two parts. First part is what will be its mass on the moon. So mass on the moon will also be 20 kgs because mass is always constant wherever, irrespective of its location in the whole universe, the mass will remain constant. And the second part is what will be its weight on moon. Now weight is equal to mass into gravity. So mass is 20 kgs into gravitational force on moon is 1.6. So the weight of that object will be 32 newtons.
Question number 48. Which is more fundamental, the mass of a body or its weight? Why? The mass of a body is more fundamental because mass of a body is constant and does not change from place to place. Question number 49. How much is the weight of an object on the moon as compared to its weight on the earth? Give reasons for your answer. Solution. The weight of an object on the moon is about 1/6 of its weight on the earth. This is because the value of acceleration due to gravity on the moon is about 1/6 of that on the earth. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you liked the video and it was helpful. Please like and share the video and subscribe the channel. Part 3, the long answer questions will be coming very soon. Goodbye till then.